right, it's in the McGrouchville. This week's episode, we're in Super Bowl week. It's the month of love, and Snoop Dogg's on everybody's television with the commercials. I'm your host, Matthew. Again, I don't know what episode we're on. What are we on? Episode 8? 7. Look at that. All right. Again, I'm the captain of this ship here, Matthew, along with the gambler, Landon.
What up, though?
And brother, Chris.
Hola, hola.
Hola, indeed. All right. So my favorite thing is to ask how everybody's week. In McGrouchville, we have our weekly grumbles. So, Christopher, how's the week been? What are the weekly grumbles?
You know, it's been a pretty good week. Pretty good week. The weather has improved dramatically, so that's less things to grumble about. Yeah, it's we got the fake spring going on. You know what spring brings?
What does it bring?
Tax season. Most
that tax.
I mean, this is coming right out of Christmas,
And
right into stupid tax time. And then I reached out to our tax people last week and got a quick response. Sure, yeah, let's just come in Friday, 11 o'clock. Okay. So yeah, I spent the last day and a half getting all my nonsense together. Hopefully everything's loaded up.
What kind of nonsense do you have? I mean, do you have receipts just flying out? Do you keep a spreadsheet?
There are
Do you have to be organized?
There's a bunch of spreadsheets. I mean, the 1099 NEC, the 1099K, other 1099s, 1098s, the W-2, this blah, 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 blah.
So, well, good news is you should have 2 more months
to pay it. Yeah.
Or
and I'll wait to the last second too, man. I'll wait.
I thought you were on top of it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it all prepared and all set, but I'm not gonna relinquish the money until April. So hear me out. They're not making interest off my money. No.
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
I did see that they're an app for TurboTax. If it's your first time using it, if you get it done by the 18th, is for free.
Well, yeah, I mean, the service or whatever.
I'm talking about just, it's I'm not prepared at all.
You're I'm not prepared.
I mean, you're a hustler. I
still think I can put off for a few. You got a few months. You already said. You're hey, I got a few months.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but you have a nice Tesla you can write off.
No, we've already taken that. I had to get that form too, but and it's so cool. It's right in the app. I downloaded it and emailed it to myself very easily.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you, taxpayers out there for
Are you
I don't have kids, so it's a nice little boost. Yeah, no pun intended.
Are you actually enjoying the Tesla?
Dude, it's great, man. Since it warmed up, especially. Oh, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, she's actually driving it. She drove it to work today because my cowboy math was well, she has to go into the hospital 4 days a week, and I was well, if you drive the car at least 1 day a week, that's a free week of not having to pay for gas. Yeah. The gas, we spent $99 in gas in the month of January as a household.
Wow.
Normally it's $350 or something. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
How much?
And you might ask, well, what about your light bill? What about the light bill, brother? I know that was going to come up, right? I mean,
yes.
What about
I was about to ask how it worked. With
$40 is the difference between this year, or this February's bill and last February's bill. $40. Yeah.
Where am I going to plug this thing when you come to the house?
I'll be fine. I'm not
gonna kick you down to the mall. It's down there.
Maybe one of your neighbors.
Oh yeah,
who don't like
Kevin. Dang.
What about? Isn't there a bougie? The park? I bet there's an outlet there.
Yeah, there's a couple of parks that I've seen that. Yes, you just drive in. I mean, when your net worth is an X amount, I mean.
Yeah, when they'll just in your neighborhood there, everyone expects excellence, and
You live on a golf course. Did you know I live on a golf course?
I bet you have an EV charger.
I bet there is one. I'm gonna have to walk over
the app and see hey. Yeah.
The kids have not found any golf balls recently, so but it's also been snowing. So
Yeah.
I doubt anybody's even trying.
So yeah, I mean that's been, my week and looking to Friday and like, oh, that's great. So hey,
Oh,
what about you, man? You got any grievances or emotional outbursts
not
since you're turning so old tomorrow?
I know for our 4 fans out there, the 1 year before 40. So that'll be the birthday as we're recording. So
wow. I thought you were older.
no, dang.
I,
You're only 12 years behind. So
granted, I didn't even know it was your birthday tomorrow until.
there you go. Until one of our family members called.
Yep.
Goodness. 1099 is driving me crazy though in tax form. I'm a little nervous. I mean, we're all trying to hustle out there just like the folks in the McGrouchville. And so I'm nervous because I feel like I have too many write offs. And so on the eBay stuff, I've got the mileage, I've got the internet, I've got the receipts from grading fees and all the other fun stuff. So,
I don't think there's a such thing as too many write-offs
I don't.
because if you, the whole trick to is being able to explain them all. Is that what your person said?
yep.
Yeah.
Because I just
It's
explain
a
it.
plus of doing business. Mhm.
Plus, I think we're just going to balance. I think it's going to be offsetting penalties if I owe anything because the child tax credit. So we got 2 kids.
There's
Usually.
that.
So there's going to be flags in the field. And we're going to offset, and then the goal is to break even.
Yep.
Or to make a little bit of money. We'll see. But nothing else. I mean, so I guess my grouchiness in my real world job. I told them it was my birthday. Usually, I don't like to say that. I don't like happy birthdays. So. And so every Friday we take the girls. It's their like little thing. We go get them donuts before school. That's just their little memories thing. We didn't do anything like that when we were growing up. But so the office knows that I'm bringing in donuts. I'm like, but it's my birthday. They should be buying me donuts. But we shall see. But there's a place down the road, and they have pretty bougie donuts. I mean, you got the little fruity pebbles on top of them. They put little cereal. Fruity pebbles on top of the donut, and then like little bacon donut, and it'll change your life. I mean, they're Megatron donuts with all the extra stuff on it.
Gosh, I've never even tried, but like, is bacon donuts even like good?
I've honestly never tried it. I've smelled them, but I've never tried them.
Yeah, I mean, it's either gonna be. I imagine it either be like a great like mixture between like salt and sweetness, or just terrible, like greasy.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you've had a grouchy experience with those. Would you like to share your grumbles?
No, I've never tried it. I'm just like, that's just what I think it would be like.
Coming from a man who's picky about everything, hates Thanksgiving dinner.
Who said that they hate Thanksgiving?
Go back to the.
I guess it's like, no, I don't say I'm saying I'll say I don't even think like too picky, but it's just like there's so much food, and like half of it or over half of it doesn't even get eaten. And like that's just kind of my whole thing. But yeah, I totally forgot that because I don't normally consider myself like a picky eater. Like I'm pretty like I would say I'm pretty adventurous on trying stuff. Like I've tried like pork ears, chicken feet, and just other exotic things like that. So
That's disgusting. But those are my grumbles of the week. Nothing too high, nothing too low. Like the rest of the folks trying to get through the tax season. But it actually just technically started. I don't think you could have filed until like what? Until the end of the January, or like I didn't know if there's an actual go date.
I think there is like a window, what have you. Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. All right, Landon, what are your grumbles? What are your grumbly brews?
Boy. I've had a wild week. Not really personally, but just in the sports world.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, as probably many sport fans know, like one of the wildest and maybe stupidest trades that went down on late Saturday night early Sunday morning, about 12 p.m. Central, where last year's top three in the NBA, top three MVP candidate, Luka Doncic, gets traded to none other than the stupid Los Angeles Lakers. And like, I'm telling you, like, there's not many things that is like when you see something, you think, oh, they're like, there's no way this is real. For like 30 minutes, like people like on X/Twitter thought that the person who broke it, Sharani, something like that, the ESPN's new NBA like insider guy. We all thought he was hacked because like there's no way this is real type of trade. And then he even literally like followed up like 5 minutes later, like, yes, this is a real trade, which is like exactly what somebody who gets hacked would say. So it's like it literally wasn't until like a different person from like different source had to like say, "Oh no, this is real," before people actually started believing it. But I'm telling you, like, guys, like I lost so much sleep over this trade because, like, again, it happened like at almost midnight. So like, I had to see everybody's reactions and like see what's going on. So yeah, I don't think I ended up falling asleep till like 4 a.m. just trying to see like everybody's reactions and like and stuff like that, and like because it's so unbelievable. Yeah. Again, trading Luka Doncic, a 25-year-old MVP, like last year's MVP candidate, for Anthony Davis. Grant is good, but he's 31 and also injury prone.
I feel injury prone right now. Just the rumor mill though is that Luka, is he really getting fat and out of shape?
I mean, they say he's
Easy
like
for me to say.
270. Yeah.
Well, it's just all muscle. I mean, he doesn't look like he's lost a step. I know he's been hurt, but
yeah, he's been hurt, and like I don't know if y'all remember, like last year, like after the Western Conference Finals, when they won, I think one of the president of team operations like saw Luka drinking a beer, and like he took it away from him, and it was pretty funny. So it's like,
wait, someone took a beer out of Luka's hand?
Yes, like after like last year's like conference finals that they won.
Was he trying to walk out of a baseball park?
No, it was like after the. It was,
And what's that person wearing a face mask?
oh, good, great insight. But yeah, no, it was just funny. I think one of the team operators, whatever, like he was drinking his beer and like they took it out of his hand. And so yeah, and while Luka, yes, he averages almost a triple double, for every game. Yeah, he isn't the best in shape. It's like if he would just maybe lose 20 pounds, get up the court faster. Maybe if he actually played somewhat defense and not just stand there, let guys get past him. I don't know.
I'm sure the Lakers had to pass their physical, right? I mean, is that a thing? It is another league.
Oh, it's a thing, but it's like not as like extensive as like what the Dallas Mavericks would have on them for like the years of medical records and stuff they have. It's just like our physical type of stuff. But yeah, that pretty much shocked my world in that Saturday night, and then basically all this week, the NBA trade line ended today at 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern,
and Marcus Smart is no longer a Grizzly.
Oh, how the downfall for him is real, and it's so sad coming from a Celtics fan. But we got a championship out of it, so it can't be that sad. But yeah.
So, well, obviously we love sports in the McGrouchville, and being a big week with trades and Super Bowl and stuff, we might have to lock in on the trading spaces topic here today. One thing last week on last week's episode's rant, you were talking about Jimmy Butler. You want to give us an update on old Jimmy Butler?
Oh, Jimmy. It's amazing what you can get when you throw temper tantrums.
Are you saying that in life or just in sports?
I mean, in sports, pretty much. Like, if if you throw temper tantrums in real life, you're gonna get fired. But in sports,
That's a
apparently,
TBD. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it kind of works for kids, but yeah, Jimmy Butler, you know, he finally got traded to the Golden State Warriors. And I'm so glad after 2 months that whole nonsense is over. And, as I mentioned last week, he had like a 52 million player option. Well, now he ripped that up because he got a new contract extension from the Warriors for 2 years, $120 million. And he's going to be 38 by the time. So like now the crazy thing is, with the Warriors, they're trying to go all in for Steph's last few years. And it's like, so like now I'm wondering how many times they're actually going to play together, because you have a Steph who's 36, Jimmy Butler who's 35, and Draymond Green who's 34. And none of them are ever going to be guaranteed to stay healthy at their ages.
Do you think they have a shot at the Western Conference?
Not at all. One of them is going to get broken down.
Not at all.
Like maybe second round. Like, but again, this is trade mid-season. There's only going to be about 30 games left. How quickly can they get chemistry going? How is an attitude problem with Draymond Green and an attitude problem with Jimmy Butler? How many fights is that going to be? Jimmy's used to being the top dog on his team. Is he actually going to, relinquish his leadership to Steph Curry? I don't know. I see, a lot of old heads trying to be the top dog, and I see a lot of fights happening and a horrible spacing, which is what you need in the NBA nowadays.
So did you think that maybe LeBron would be traded after this? Like before the deadline?
There was again rumors. There's been rumors for years about Steph and LeBron getting traded. Just trying to, do something. But it's like, I don't know. They're kind of already. While it'd be nice for like LeBron and like Steph to play together, I just don't see how at their ages and like what the Warriors would have to give up, for what, one season. They're already giving up a lot for Jimmy Butler to, for these next two, seasons, especially giving him the 60 or the $120 million contract for 2 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I guess instead they traded off Dogden Connect, right? A rookie out of Tennessee.
That's a different trade.
Yeah, it is a different trade.
In addition,
yeah.
That was a one-off, right?
Yeah. So the Dalton Connect trade was to the Charlotte Hornets for Mark Williams, who's, funny enough, also injured prone. A very amazing player, but nobody knows about because he played in Charlotte. But he can very easily average like 20 and 10, 20 points, 10 rebounds. To play along Luka and I guess LeBron. But there's, again, Luka very injury prone, Mark Williams very injury prone. So if like those guys are out, you're relying on the 40-year-old LeBron.
But if they all stay together, it's a whole new team.
Yeah,
and if they can stay on the court.
Yeah, it's been wild times, especially this has probably been one of the biggest, one of the best NBA trade deadlines that I've ever known. And the fact that it's happening during Super Bowl week is amazing, because they're basically giving the FU to the NFL for, since they play NFL games on Christmas, which is supposed to be the NBA's day. So like Oh, they try to take our Christmas. We're gonna take y'all Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can tell that. I mean, this is definitely competition there.
Oh,
Uh,
I
I'm
love
sure
it.
Lord Voldemort is very excited about trying to impede on
Oh,
on Patrick Mahomes and the whole
yeah,
Super Bowl week. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
yeah,
why wouldn't
By Sunday, though, this will be
Oh
over.
man, yeah. I mean, Sunday,
yeah, but
even the
We'll
naysayers
be on to
like
the
me,
three-peat.
I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch this, but I will because
yeah,
Well, at the time of the recording, when this comes out, there will already be a decisive winner. So,
yeah.
correct.
And I had to ask you: is this like one of the least hyped Super Bowls? Like, I know people are always gonna watch it, but like,
so
how many people like actually care to watch this?
I'm gonna jump into a weird segment. It's funny you say that. Now you weren't alive when this happened, and Christopher was probably, I don't know, a teenager. I don't know, young teen. But when the Buffalo Bills went to their fourth straight in the early '90s and they lost, I think by the time they were in that fourth Super Bowl and they were rematching against the Cowboys, I think that's how I would compare. Like, oh, we've already seen this. How are you already going to know what's happening? And the hype machine not being that at the apex where it needs to be or where it has been before with the Super Bowl, because you've already seen it. I mean, we just had this. This is a rematch of what, 2 Super Bowls ago.
Two Super Bowls ago.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, and I think you're not wrong. I mean, we just get the fatigue. It's like having to live through the Tom Brady dynasty years. I was like, oh, here we go.
Until Eli Manning rose up like a phoenix and just
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs win, hey, that's cool. Repeat, right? Did you guys see where Pat Riley had to give the okay for the NFL to use the term the repeat?
yeah. I
Isn't that
mean, I
crazy?
don't say like not get the okay, but he got a bag for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
all right. I don't know the whole story. I'm talk to me like a third grader because I seen it, but I don't know. Like I seen a headline, but I didn't know all
sure.
the
Yeah. So Pat
X's
Riley
and O's
he
behind it.
patented the term three-peat back in the day there. And
From what?
He just
run?
patented it back in the 80s or 90s.
Is it?
Did he have a three-peat with the Lakers?
No, I don't.
Was it with the Heat?
No. It was. I think it was back when he was
Never.
with the Knicks.
The Knicks?
They
Yeah,
never won a thing in New York.
I think he just coined like he just trademarked the term, even though it's like what if one day because you can almost patent anything. LeBron tried to patent Taco Tuesdays, I think.
What?
Yeah, if you have the money to do it.
We're gonna have to fire up our Google engine here because
Yeah, like I just know he got paid. I don't know like how like the details or anything, but
I didn't realize he's 79 years old. So he has, let's see, he has 5 NBA championships. 82, 85, 87, 88 would have all been the Lakers, and he has the '06 one with the Heat.
yeah.
And then he was the head coach on those. And then I guess as an executive, he got the 12 and 13 with the Heat. Man is stacked full of rings and hardware.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's the Godfather for a reason.
But I just don't know. I don't know the origins of the three-peat. Like he just.
I think he was
Yeah,
just
yeah. I mean, you would think it was just a common term, but he's like, nope, I'm going to monetize this. It could be a thing. Why not?
yeah.
Why not?
I mean, this is a crazy turn on this, but he was the Knicks head coach when O.J. Simpson was on the fleeing on the Bronco during the NBA Finals against the Rockets.
And that is quite a trade. OJ traded full, drive down the freeway there for some time.
Yes.
Yeah.
R.I.P. O.J.
R.I.P. OJ.
I don't know. We'll try not to be a controversial show, so I was just mixing in some trades in there and taking a wrong turn for us.
I see what you did there.
Oh,
awesome.
Oh man, so we were just stuck on these trades and some of the battles. I mean, I got thrown off with a three-peat. So I'm glad the Chiefs are okay, or Pat Riley's okay with the Chiefs coining that. Now, if the Chiefs don't win, I don't, you know,
I don't know.
I
It's
just
gonna be like a good, stories like Chiefs first ever team to the three-peat, or it's gonna be the redemption story for the Eagles, and all Giants fans will be sad.
oh,
You know,
Saquon running roughshod on everything. It'd be interesting. I just like me, mom. I just hope they all have fun. And Gigi, I hope they just
Y'all
have fun. It's good.
honestly, I don't want to say surprised about Saquon's, but I'm surprised he stayed actually healthy for an entire season.
Well, you had an O line, and no one's getting killed back there. So
But like that, I at the beginning of the season, I understand like getting rid of, or like why the Giants did it, because like you didn't think if he would ever be healthy. Why would you pay all that money for somebody who played like core of the games? But I guess what a difference an O line actually makes.
goodness,
An O line. Wish the Titans could find one. They're out there somewhere. Yeah, they're out there.
I mean they've been looking for years, so we'll see. They'll be drafted number one, so that'll be what we're focused on now. Get to the Super Bowl, get to all this trade madness, March Madness, and then you got combine season and the NFL draft somewhere around the corner, spring training.
Yeah. Oh gosh, pitchers and catchers should be reporting within the next few weeks.
Earlier and earlier, as the old people say.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think were the biggest winners and losers out of the NBA? I mean, there was so much action going on. I mean, you've got some top-heavy teams now who think they have a legit shot. I mean,
I'll go besides the Lakers getting gifted with Luka Doncic, and getting a really good young viable center in Mark Williams. I'm going to go with, I think, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Unfortunately, they traded Karis LeVert and I believe Isaac Okoro. I gotta check.
you're just speaking gibberish for all of us and the listeners here.
I mean, hey, you asked, so
I did ask.
That's let me. Okay, yes. No, not Isaac Okoro. Karis LeVert and George Niang for DeAndre Hunter. And as DeAndre Hunter,
Did we lose him?
He was basically like a 20-point scorer for the Hawks, basically the sixth man of the, or a candidate for sixth man of the year. And like now, basically the Cavs just have added a 20-point scorer to their team now, and which is gonna make them even more dangerous. So that besides the Lakers, that's gonna be my other team. Like again, Warriors. I guess good trade, or maybe you make the fact that winners with our Miami Heat, since they finally got rid of him and got rid of their cancer in their locker room for a pretty good deal. Surprisingly. Yeah, if you really want to go down some nonsense, try to look at that 5-team trade.
Dude, I mean, when you said something about like the Hawks, like I left off like just I started thinking, I was like, oh, that's a good joke, like a good dad joke. Like, what's Borat's favorite team? The Hawks, because religiously he followed the Hawk. and I couldn't think of anything else other than like I can't wait to tell this joke because dude, I don't know anything about what you just said. I mean, you really could have put some
if you want
to trigonometry on the board, and I've been like, I mean, I could probably figure that out. I mean, dude,
yeah,
wow.
That's why I gave a little insight into DeAndre Hunter.
That was
You're like
inside
insider,
baseball,
man.
inside basketball stuff there.
I very much could be.
You should be writing
But,
your
you
own
wanna
blogs out there.
Yeah, only if I cared enough about like all the draft picks and like trying to follow all the draft picks, because it seems like draft picks don't exist and somehow teams just have them. But I mean, don't feel bad. I had no clue what you mean by the Borat movie.
Oh, oh, oh man.
News you don't care about segment is not right now. But here we go.
Oh man. This is 2006 best movie ever. Like, golly. Wow. I think the DVD is like behind my second monitor. Like it's just kind of hanging out there. It is over there just in case. You know. Just why not?
Just
Man.
add that to the list of things I need to eventually watch.
Oh man.
Oh, I don't think you're ready for it.
I mean, there's probably a reason because 2006, I was been like 8, so
Yeah.
I can imagine the type of movie it is. I think.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, absolutely no. You can't imagine. That'd be like I've never seen a lot of movies. I just not because I think that I know what they're going to be about. What's the movie? Well, the blue people, Avatar.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I'm imagining it's about a bunch of blue people. But it's like,
what I mean is like isn't it like I'll say like an adult comedy, right?
it's not. I mean, adults appreciate it, but it's not like vulgar or anything like that. If that's what you're asking, not really.
Yeah, like rated R, like a rated R comedy.
Yeah, but it's way different from like a normal like like a what is it, like a Knocked Up or something like
Oh my gosh, Knocked Up, pink eye scene. Every time these children here get pink eye, I think of that movie.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, it's again movie I haven't seen.
Flying over the head over there.
Yep.
Goodness, just like the NBA, just blew right past us.
Somehow I don't know if we have time to squeeze that in on the trip, the bro weekend trip, but yeah, I wish we could. That would be something.
I mean,
as the kids say, lit. Did they still say that?
Oh yeah, I still do.
Or fire.
I mean, sometimes I don't know. The more each day passes, the less and less culture I get.
It's a sad thing, and then you're going to wake up and you're going to be close to 40 and wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Think you can revive it all by making a podcast where 12 people
12 subscribers. Yes.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting for somebody to make some comments. Even if you hate the show and have input, we would love any banter. We'll take anything.
Or love Borat. Or hate Borat.
Yes. Love, hate, whatever Borat. Goodness. I think we trade deadline that thing to death on the NBA. So we got some excellent insider stuff there. We got the Super Bowl this week, and we talked a little bit on that. What about some? I guess like if we were the GM of life, like I don't know if you were running. I don't know where I'm taking us on this, but just thinking about like.
What would you trade? Like
what would you trade?
My blue eyes for like
don't trade family members.
Like would I do that?
Dude, that's all the point though. It's like you're trading people.
Oh yeah,
it's just like how
maybe that segment we shouldn't go on.
And all this week players got traded / people got traded. So.
Man.
Matt, you just trade your entire family life for like a bachelor life.
No,
I kid.
No one will be invited to Bro Weekend.
Yeah, I mean, things to trade. Yeah, I mean,
okay. Well, here's something. It's like, would you like trade your current job and let's say your a current vehicle that you own for like a better job, like let's say like a double salary, but like you can't like get it better. I don't even know how that would I'm trying to like make a package deal, for, like a bunch of crappy things for one good thing, but I don't even know
Or
how to like.
how about like different things? Like, would I trade like you know my blue eyes for like full head of hair, or to be like 6 inches taller?
I always think about the height game.
That would be pretty
Like,
legit.
But
That would be lit.
but
I
okay,
would take
but
that
then
trade.
it's like,
I
are
would rather be bald and then get like 3 more inches of height.
Yeah, yeah, to be like 6'2", 6'3",
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
and
like
then
even
like
if you do get taller though, like what would be the like what would you use that for?
To be awesome, to get command respect.
yeah, to walk in a room and be like, I'm tall AF.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
but then just people are gonna ask, oh, can you grab this for me? Can you do
No,
this?
no, I'm just. Oh, you know what? Okay, I would trade this luscious locks of hair for a deeper man voice because I'm tired of being called "ma'am" in the drive-through.
Drive-through.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so it's okay. Just because you mentioned that, I was watching, or I was listening to Sirius XM NBA radio, and like,
Of
there
course
were,
you were. That's where you get all your stuff
oh
from.
yeah, of course, but so they had a caller on there. I can't remember the guy's name, but the you guys probably know Frank Isola.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's like, hey, this is blah 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 from blah blah blah. You know, how are you doing? And or basically he like I think it was a girl's name, but it was a guy, and like, it sounded like a girl, like a very high pitched, girly type of voice, and like Frank Isola was like you could tell he was like more pissed off at the producers for not getting the information correct, but like the he's like, go ahead, ma'am, or something like that. And he's like, the caller was like, this is the guy you're speaking to. And there's like dead silence for like a good 10 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, before like
I mean,
Frank was like, go ahead.
I've lived with it for my whole life, differently than Matthew, because I mean, yeah, my dad he has a higher pitch voice, but
Higher
I
base.
mean it's higher than Matthew's. Yeah, and I don't because and that's why I don't
Oh,
really understand like Matthew's issues with it because I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, you're not like deep like Borat, but and it's like, why'd you make that joke again? It's funny. You'll learn soon enough.
oh, yeah, it's
But yeah,
more,
man.
it's
Yeah,
people I don't know about.
yeah. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll snail mail it to your house, man. Like a $5
On a DVD.
Oh, boy.
No, it's. I think you can actually stream it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Oh, maybe if I had Prime, but
Oh, that's right. Why would you have Prime? You live by yourself. It will be complete waste.
yeah,
Mhm. It'd be like if you had a Sam's Club or Costco membership for just you. It wouldn't make any sense.
yeah, like literally, my only entertainment is like NBA League Pass, watching sports, and then like YouTube. That's all I like. That's about 95% of the time I'm doing.
Okay, yeah,
That's awesome.
that's how the
What would you?
30 crowd does it, man. Yeah.
So you wouldn't trade for any height, Landon?
I'll
Everything's
say
perfect.
I'll say a little bit. That way, I wouldn't have be like short, stubby legs, and like I could actually run faster. You know, just like there's physical limitations that I have. By not being taller, and like I don't know. I just wish I was. While I'm like athletic, it's just like I don't feel like I have my full potential because of the body I have.
I thought you could go straight skilo there.
What skilo?
Yeah, I really did. I thought you could go straight skilo. I'm like, I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yes.
A little bit taller. It's like, what does this podcast turn into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've traded everything.
I just need like a skilo.
Skilo, man. You would like Skilo.
Yeah.
Everyone likes Skilo.
What's skilo?
Use the Google.
Man.
How do you even like? All I'm thinking is more like CeeLo Brown.
Right. No, totally different.
The wrong.
I am proud.
Okay, how do you spell this?
It's like it's not ski like it's more like ski ball. SKEE.
Ski low.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
Let you do your little research there and
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
49 years old rapper. Okay.
If you heard the song, you'd be like, "Yeah, man, I've heard this song."
That's how I am with most things. Like, like what y'all like what is the Muse?
Whoa!
The Muse?
I didn't realize it was a 30-year-old song. It's from '95.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was
the
like
whole premise there. Yeah, it's a thing.
Later than that. Wow.
Oh, all the magic things are turning 30.
Yeah, I thought kind of like what y'all's band Muse. From the Uber ride. Like I don't know these people. I think I might have heard one.
I remember you like rocking out like the rest of us, but maybe not.
But I mean, that was also a few drinks. So I was rocking out
for the podcast listeners, like a few, like just a few.
Yeah. Again, that was the few before a lot of few.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Our Uber driver was pretty excited though. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'll play this for you guys." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next time, guess what we're gonna listen to? Skilo.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Hall of Fame for the NFL. There is no Reggie Wayne and no Eli Manning, but you do get Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. What a class! There's your breaking news on that.
I mean, if you don't want to put Reggie Wayne, I don't agree, but how is Eli Manning not? Was this his first year? Or
I think it was his first year on the ballot.
He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion and 2-time Super Bowl MVP, right? Am I wrong with this? I could be wrong with MVPs, but
no, I think it was MVP both times.
Both. Mm-hmm. How is he and beating the GOAT?
Yeah, I heard someone talk trash about it, say like, well, "How could you give it to him?" Blah blah blah. Like
what?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy town.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Like, you cannot give a 2-time Super Bowl like the 2-time MVP Super Bowl.
What's the pedigree here? Or what does it have to be? Because you have guys who like have never touched Super Bowl turf, and they're in, and then you got, I mean, no, wild.
I think, does he have a losing record? Joe Namath had a losing record, so I don't know if that's what people are focused on or what.
I don't know. I mean, he started every single game until the last season, right? And then they like benched him, kind of ish. I think mid to end of that season, which is kind of foolish.
Okay. Okay. He's exactly a 500% winning quarterback.
So he's right at 500. I think I may have lied.
He is.
Told a tale on the Joe Namath one. I think Joe Namath had more interceptions and touchdowns. Was that stat line?
Oh no, he is exactly a 118 and 118.
Oh,
so
still,
but that's
2 Super Bowls.
All right. I mean,
yeah. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Joe Namath was 62 and 63 and 4 record, and he threw 173 touchdowns and 220 interceptions. That's a lot of interceptions for football back in the day. That's a lot of interceptions now.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have a career that long if you threw that many picks. I mean, the league is just, we're just not.
His completion percentage was only 50%. Joe Namath. I'm hung up on this Joe Namath thing because he's in the Hall of Fame. It's because he won Super Bowl III. That's my conspiracy theory on last week's episode.
Broadway Joe.
Oh goodness. Well, we've talked about trades, and I've been done some football breaking news. We've got about 15 minutes left of recording, and we've not touched on news you don't care about. As last week we introduced this new segment, we've already covered the NBA as a snooze fest. What's some other news that we just don't care about?
Oh boy. Well, again, it's kind of hard to talk, because honestly, there wasn't like a lot of news I cared about. Mostly, obviously a lot of it doing with basketball stuff, but I don't know. But again, the whole Jimmy Butler trade that can be categorized as news don't care about because I don't know anybody who even likes Jimmy. There's hardly anybody who even likes Jimmy Butler anymore, and they're just glad like finally know how to deal with it.
What would you compare his meltdown to? Would it be like a Charlie Sheen meltdown when he was?
I'm.
Or do you even remember Charlie Sheen's meltdown?
What about Antonio Brown? Like,
And
Oh,
and
that's a good one.
that's you nailed it, Antonio Brown. Like literally, like his career-ending moment, walking out on his team with his jersey off. That's pretty much Jamie Butler. Like that's been his every time. Like for whether it was Chicago, Minnesota, Philly, and now Miami, he just basically quit on his team. So very good comparison. Yeah.
that's what we do, man. We try to compare and contrast and contrast and compare and do the armchair analysis for our McGrouchville peeps. And sometimes what did you say the other day that about to put it into real world terms that everyone knows about this epic trade was like if Josh Allen got traded mid-season for
that's
compare to?
Yeah, basically, Lucas. I would, a lot of people are saying like I heard a lot of like Lamar Jackson for Joe Burrow. Like I definitely don't think that because like they're going based off like talent. Like I'm going based more off of age and the fact that Anthony Davis like great player, but he's more he's being brought in for defensive reasons. Which is why I like not prime time, Houston Texans JJ Watt, but more Arizona, JJ Watt for Josh Allen. Luca, well, while he's been to the finals and like been to several like conference finals, he hasn't won it all. Like very comparable to Josh Allen.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And JJ Watt, I mean, I would say Hall of Famer, probably. I mean, yeah. I mean,
but
maybe not first ballot. I guess evidently you have to really,
you gotta be
one game over 500. I don't know.
I guess, but honestly, that again, this segment that news that people do care about or don't care about, that a lot of people cared about that, and just if you want to go for more, people news don't care about. So there's a controversial or not conspiracy theory that so I think almost a year ago, Mark Cuban he sold off a majority of his stake, and so like, there's basically new ownership for the Mavericks, and like they've been wanting to get a casino, in Dallas, for a while now. So like the conspiracy theory is they're trying to make the team bad, so that they'll move the team to Las Vegas, so that they can have a casino.
No kidding, man. Wow.
Yeah, and that's a little, conspiracy.
That was on last. You should have thrown that in on last week's episode on the conspiracy theory.
That was before the Luka Doncic trade.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like that's the little thing that's going on.
On the news you don't care about front, did you even watch the Grammys? You're a music guy over there.
The only thing I saw about the Grammys is Kanye West's wife.
We cautiously tell you to go Google that, but I would
if you
put on your safe search and see what the comments are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's about pretty much
it's gonna be a big Valentine's Day purchase for a lot of guys. See how that goes. See if Etsy is going to blow up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that. What would it take? Like, I don't know, a pair of like nylon hose or something stretched out. I mean, is that what that gal was wearing? I mean,
I mean, you obviously argue that it wasn't even wearing anything at all.
no, she had clothes on.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it is honestly like wild, like how, like if any other person did that, they'd be in jail right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But because it's the Grammys and because of who they are, yeah. I mean,
It's impressive stuff.
Yeah,
But,
I think it'll probably be like the #1 Halloween costume this August. It can be
Yikes.
a thing. Oh man.
But
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
well, I mean, maybe not your wife,
right.
but definitely hide the kids.
Dang. What do you think about old Beyonce taking on some of the country stuff? Did she win?
I didn't even listen to the album. I'm not a country. I'm not a country/country pop person, so I mean, I've heard like the main song, like Texas Hold'em, I think.
Yep, that's what the.
So it's like that's, but it's just like I'm not into it.
Yeah,
good for her though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, she took a lot of hardware home, so there's always that. So.
The person who did take a lot of hardware home is Kendrick Lamar. And
halftime show of the Super Bowl
show and the end of Drake's career. Because I'm sure you guys know, like Kendrick Lamar is like his Grammy Award winning song "Not Like Us" is a diss track to Drake. And if he performs that at the Super Bowl, which he will,
I'm excited.
Oh boy, yeah, that is a hide your kids type of situation.
Hey, I want to circle one back to the O.J. Simpson. So, Josh Allen just won the MVP. Breaking news. So he's the third Buffalo Bill to win the MVP with Thurman Thomas and O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, yeah. Wow. Wow. Good for him. I think everyone thought it might be Lamar, right?
Yeah. I think people felt bad because he got screwed by the refs, and I mean, 4 years in a row going down to the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Bills have that ugly 4-year stint there, man. It's tough. Yeah. Well, it's a consolation prize. I mean, not going to the Super Bowl, I suppose. Yeah. There's always that.
More news that you don't care about. Tennessee Lady Vols picked up a huge win over UConn tonight, so that was congrats to them.
Yeah, they're taking down Paige Beckers.
Who's going to be on is she the one that's going to be on the Valkyrie?
No, she's going to be on the Dallas Wings.
It sounds like a club that I don't want to be at. So, but I do like Paige as far as like the basketball player. Just these names, they drive me crazy from the WNBA. Just random nonsense. But all right, fellas.
Says the guy who named his kid Eleni.
Dang.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's a whole nother topic on how to come up with names for your child. So start reading street signs. So there you go. Any closing thoughts? Anything else after we've run down trades? We've run down, the old news you don't care about. We've hit on a lot of NBA talk today.
What would have been the most like, or what about the first trade? I remember like the first trade I heard about in my whole like sports viewing life was the old Jose Canseco trade, and I was just like, what? That can happen? I thought you just stayed on the team forever.
Like he went to the Texas Rangers.
What do you mean? He's not going to be on the A's anymore.
Oh boy,
kids are so dumb, and I was one of them.
Well, my kid thinks that she gets so confused and frustrated. She's like, why don't the Tennessee Volunteers play against the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, again, I've had to explain the NFL and college. And then when we watch the national championship, is this not the Super Bowl? It's not the Super Bowl.
Pretty awesome.
I don't know. I don't remember the first trade that I was just like, I guess maybe the Joe Montana trade. And the only reason I like that one is because he was on the Sega Genesis game with the NFL Football 94.
Yeah.
That Landon's never played. So.
Nope.
Gotta figure out how to do that.
49ers to the Chiefs. There you go. Landon, anything? I mean, you're still living in limbo land over there.
I'm trying to. I don't even know what my first trade would even. Oh, I'd say my first. I don't want to say not that I knew about, but like a trade that affected me was when the Celtics got rid of Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to the Nets. That crushed me. Which, in the long term, it worked out because it turned into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And so it's like, but still, in a moment, I was crushed. Especially for Paul Pierce. Like, he's supposed to be a Celtic for life. And, eventually age catches up with everybody.
There you go. Sad day. Well, that might bring us to the close in the McGrouchville. Don't trade us on any other shows. Yeah. Feel free to like, subscribe, give us some rotten comments.
People trade an hour of their day to listen to our.
Oh, there you go. Trade an hour of your day. Mix it up a little bit. Come in.
Yeah, they may consider that a bad trade.
Most people would. It's worth a gamble there, right? I mean, you never know.
So, throw a gamble in there. Well, until next time, enjoy the Super Bowl. As the time you'll be listening to this, it would have already happened. So I hope you did enjoy the Super Bowl, and whether we'll be celebrating a three-peat or an Eagles title. Luka makes his debut on Monday, actually. So there's something to look forward to. If you listen to this early Monday morning, you have something to look forward to. And other than that, I got nothing else for us. So with that, we are out.